3.
Yeah, it's been quite the downtime actually. So you had a lot of time to just play pubs or do whatever.
Yeah, no one to scrim, or so I
think we reached the point where scrimming is not that beneficial to us.
But pubbing is. But I guess it keeps you.
Yeah, I mean, I think pubs do essentially the same thing. You don't really have time to try new strategies and stuff this far into the tournament, I don't think.
You probably see some cool stuff in pubs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. How do you guys think about this game coming in? We saw Cloud9 dominate EG 2-0. I don't know if you guys expected that. You guys are probably a little bit more intimate with the teams than I am.
Well, we didn't really expect it, but I think a lot of teams think C9 is a bit stronger in this tournament. But I think EG had a lot of time to rethink their ideas in the game.
Yeah, they seem really good about that, actually.
Yeah, they are actually.
You don't want to face them twice in the same tournament.
Of course, it used to be it used to be a thing for us as well when I was playing on EG with our tour. We usually didn't do too well on day one. Instead, we were more of like a comeback team.
EG is one of the best teams that can adapt during the tournament. Not the best, actually. But if you looked at DAC, EG has adapted the best out of all teams.
Yes.
So they could take the title.
But do you think they've actually played enough games? They've only been able to play 2 best-of-3s.
I think that's their their weakness in this tournament is they didn't really play any officials on the new patch. And I think that's why they lost to C9.
Do you think it was mostly draft issue or just not accustomed to 6.84?
It's a combination of many things.
I would say it's mostly draft things. Because if you're not used to the patch yet, you don't draft accordingly, I don't think. Like if you're used to drafting at 6.83 and then you transition into the new patch, you might have some good ideas, you might have a lot of good thoughts about the new patch, but unless you put it in action and see how it works,
I see.
It might be difficult. And even if you do it in scrims, I'm not sure if it's if you can take anything from it.
And on the other side, we have PPD, the captain and drafter for Team Evil Geniuses. Not as quite of a fancy pose. He looks kind of like a superhero. That's what it reminds me of.
Clark Kent?
Yeah. Well, boasting an astounding 71% career record. That is very high for any professional player. It looks like we're already in the draft. Without further ado, I will be joined by Zai and Kuro. Thank you guys again for coming on, talking about the game, examining your opponents.
Pretty much.
Cool. Into the draft we go. Evil Geniuses versus Cloud9, Game 1 of Best of 3. I was in the car with Envy earlier today. He was walking in the rain, and I just felt really bad for the guy, and I picked him up, and we had a little brief chat. And he actually was talking about how they're not going to ban Gyro versus EG, and I asked him why, and he said, it's because Fear plays so many different things, we don't want that element of surprise when we're facing versus Fear. We want them to beat, we want them to play Gyro.
That's interesting. I mean, if we look at the bans, like EG has to ban the Wisp because C9 is one of the best Wisp teams, if not the best Wisp team in the world. And they're first pick too. But getting Chen for them, they feel very comfortable with Chen. Like we have seen them picking Chen up as much as they can. But the Leshrac pick is quite interesting.
I would also be a bit think about the Brood ban as well. First 2 Brood ban is not that common.
Yeah.
Especially because the way it's been this tournament, usually Brood has been first 2 if the enemy team has draw Vistage. But seeing as C9 ban Vistage first, I'm not sure why EG decided to ban the Brood.
Well, looking at EG, it's like when they play an opponent like C9, especially if they're lost in the first day, they always go specifically, like they'll draft specifically against the team they're facing. If you look at their picks, first pick Leshrac, Shadow Demon, that's so uncommon, like no one does that. But EG does these kind of things quite often, actually. So they have some idea going on how they want to play against this team. Like they baited the Chen pick. Seems like they also give them Gyro. I think that's very dangerous, but maybe they have the better idea against it.
I guess they're just betting on winning all the lanes with SD Leshrac. I mean, it might be a Leshrac on core anyway, but I think the same idea will still apply.
Yeah, I mean, they probably saved the core or support idea for now. Just having the Leshrac, there's a reason for it. They'll decide later on if they actually want to core it or not. But it seems like they want to apply pressure on C9's safe lane.
Yeah.
So it looks like Cloud9's been going away from their early DK pickups, their early, what other hero did they like?
I think they would have picked DK if it wouldn't be for Gyro. Like, I think C9 is didn't expect that outcome in the draft.
Or even Beastmaster has been
Yeah,
a hero that
Beastmaster.
usually pick up in the first two. But I guess they value Gyrocopter over the two other heroes. And I'd say that's quite reasonable, because if you see that EG is trying to win every lane with this roaming ST or whatever, picking up a Gyro that, will just naturally win your safe lane is it's quite good.
I mean, no, we have EG who wanted to pick C9 these heroes. Like I think EG knew like 99% that C9 will go for Chen and Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have C9 who will feel very comfortable having these two heroes. They really love these heroes.
Yeah, and he said there's like a couple players that you don't want to give Gyro. He said himself, as well as Hao, and he just said Gyro's just way too strong in lane. So I mean, I'm sure he's happy that he picked up Gyro, although maybe not 100%, just because he's probably worried. Like, did EG want us to pick this or?
They straight pick Coddle, didn't even think twice. They're very set on the strategy by now. They have to ban the DK because DK Chen is like DK Chen Gyro is. If you remember in 2013, that was one of the monster combinations during TA3 and the time before. You don't want to give it away. And
What I find interesting here is that C9 bans Bounty Hunter, maybe because they played against Vici, who played a beach against their Chen. And maybe they think EG is going to do the same.
yeah,
But then EG responds with a Night Stalker ban, and we haven't really seen any Night Stalker play coming out of any team.
I mean C9 is actually the only team that plays Night Stalker ever since the new patch hit. I think.
Counter to Keeper eggs.
That's true.
Oh, I mean, yeah, if they did want to pick Keeper.
It seems like they really wanted to Coddle anyway.
Yeah,
had
they
to ban
really
Night
did.
Stalker. Banning the bounties just for convenience reasons. And they lost to VG against their bounty hunter, even though the bounty in that game didn't have that much impact. But they want to play the normal Chen game. They don't want to adapt to putting Chen off lane and things like that. They just want Chen to go into woods, farm up, get his mech, control the lanes a little bit, and then they want to steamroll.
Aren't things going to be a lot different though now that they don't have a DK to pair with the Chen?
Not necessarily. They have the Gyrocopter, so instead of playing around the DK, they just play around the Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
They can take very early game fights. Like when Gyro hits 6, his ulti AoE is huge now. It can just win you the team fight right away. And there's a reason Gyro's pretty much banned every game.
And Rubik's like just, Rubik just goes well with anything.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Rubik is the bro you just want to have in your team. It's good to be around. Combinates very well with Chen too. They have huge ganking potential.
Yeah, Rubik Gyro is like one of the strongest safe lanes as well.
And at the same time, Rubik's passive now feel it's pretty good against EG zeros.
Yeah.
And Rubik passive should never be underestimated. It's actually, I think it's the second best spell of Rubik right now.
Do you like taking like 1 or 2 points in telekinesis and then picking up?
It always
Next roll?
depends how good the game goes. If you're playing from behind, it's better to get nullfield. But if you have the chance to snowball, you should just get telekinesis. Since the range increases by 25 per level, so you get easy initiate on from smoke ganks, and the duration is longer too. But the nullfield itself, like even if you don't get it early, later on it will just be very good against the Caudal Wave and the Leshrac Lightning.
It works on creeps now too, so if you're trying to push into the
Yeah,
base,
that's a huge deal too.
the Caudal Wave will be mitigated. So they're taking up a lot of their bonus time here, going down to 17 seconds.
A very unusual lineup from EG. You think this will be Fear on the Lesh in the safe lane?
I would assume so, since they picked up the Caudal.
Clockwork, not necessarily a hero that can really deal with the Rubik Gyro lane. What do you think about
It's
that
a
matchup?
weird pick actually, because Rubik itself is one of the better heroes
Yeah.
to have against the Clock offlane.
Do you think they might aggro try?
I thought that's EG's plan from the beginning with these picks, but I don't know if you want Clock safe lane, especially if you do not know what C9's offlaner is yet.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that's true, because there are a lot of heroes that just destroy Clockwork in lane if C9 wants to pick that up.
Yeah, but Clock in general, like his Rocket Flare is a very key spell right now to scout out Roshan and movements of Chen. Maybe that's the reason why they picked him up. Also, they need someone who goes in and creates chaos. They don't have that hero yet. Phoenix. I feel like C9 is getting everything they want right now. I'm quite sure they feel very confident with their draft right now.
I think so too. EG's lineup doesn't really have any egg killers.
Like if you just look at C9's heroes, they look so brutal together. the team fight potential, ganking potential, good on lane, good late game.
Remaining.
On EG side, it's like you don't really know what they wanna do yet. Do they wanna push? But you can't really force the push that well against Gyro, Phoenix. Even Rubik is good against pushes to some extent.
So we're pretty much questioning whether or not PPD knows what he's doing.
I mean, like you have to take the boxes in Dota, like laning, ganking, all these things. And Roshan and EG's heroes, they have no Roshan potential. That's something you never want in your lineup.
Especially if you're on the dire side.
And they're also on Dire side too. And on top of that, they don't even have a hero that can kill Ancients. Like right now, they can't even touch the Ancients.
Diabolic Edict.
Yeah, I mean, Lesha can do it, but it's not the most efficient, right?
It was a joke.
Compared to a Gyro who will just farm this 5 stacked Ancients in 1 minute. Leshak will farm 1 stack of Ancients.
Yeah, so it looks like Cloud9, they have multiple ways of winning. They can win through team fights, they can win through auto-economizing, they can win just through lanes. They have just a far more versatile and well-rounded lineup.
Well, EGS still something's going on for them. They have like a really good way to get map control, now with the Clinks especially. Like they can just take control of the map. They have Rocket Flare, they have Clinks running around. Caudle provides a lot of map control because he's like he can push out lanes very well, he can defend very well on his own. While C9's lineup is still stuck to one main thing, and that is team fighting. But maybe EG just wants to dodge the team fights till they hit a certain timing and they can catch Cloud9 out of position.
I mean, they certainly have a lot of AoE to stall pushes. Clinks with Orchid maybe can deal with the Phoenix Egg, so that kind of shores up that weakness. Clink's decent versus Chen, too. Has a lot of HP, can tank through Gyrocopter Burst in a BKB man fight later on.
Yeah.
It seems to be a pretty good last pickup, I'd say.
It's a cool last pick for sure. But this patch is a lot about snowballing. So I think if C9 just gets the edge early game, I don't think EG can stop them. While EG has to outplay them really hard.
All right, we'll round out the last pick. Brewmaster for Fata.
It's another teamfight hero, control hero. Like if you just compare the teamfight potential of both lineups, it looks pretty dire for EG.
Yeah, I'm
It
thinking
really does.
the way EG has thought about this game is that they just gamble on the lanes.
Yeah.
I assume they're going to go with something like a Caudle Clockwork offlane to just disrupt the Gyrocopter Rubik and keep the Chen occupied. While they have the SD Clunk safe lane, which should, in theory, destroy the Phoenix. It is Sumail playing Listrak, so I assume he's going to go mid as well against the Brewmaster.
No, yeah.
I'm not sure how that matchup is. I assume it's okay for Listrak.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah. I don't think Panda cares too much,
10 seconds.
but should be alright.
Yes, Sumail should get a decent amount of farm. I mean,
Yeah.
Letrak's
5
far
seconds
more easy to kill, though.
remaining.
A little worried about Sumail not having a good start. And you said it is a really big coin flip for EG in the lanes. If they have the matchups that they want, if the laning phase goes as they want, maybe they can stall the push until Clinks buys them enough map control, until Caudle gets his Ags. But up until then, it's a risky way, risky draft.
Yeah, if you look at the lanes, Clock's going off lane. Gyro Rubik is probably the worst lane for Clock. I don't think there's a worse lane for
Yeah,
Clock. Right?
I mean, they already have the Shadow Demon Scout too for Roche, I suppose, but I mean, it's not. I don't think it's a great matchup at all either.
If you actually look at his Caudle Blotter Column Blade, so I'm assuming it's going to be a straight jungle with Caudle.
It seems a bit greedy. But Shadow Demon Clinks, they can deal with Phoenix on their own. So they can give Aoi a lot of space.
It seems like, I mean, this is definitely something EG has prepared beforehand.
Yeah, I want to know, the Shadow Demon ulti, does it kill off the chain creeps still? Like it used to do that, like they just killed off the chain creep instantly. But I don't know if they changed it.
I have not seen that
'Cause,
interaction.
I was thinking if maybe that's another reason why they just picked Shadow Demon. Especially if Shadow Demon gets to Aghanims at some point, you can just kill off the free creeps of Chen right away.
I'm not sure if that works. I would imagine not.
It used to work, that's what I know.
The battle
It still kills the courier too, so it probably works.
Nice try by bo3, trying to snag that bounty rune. 1-1 for the bounties, and keep it alight. What is his item build aside from, he has 2 clarities. Yeah, looks like a straight jungle build coming out from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just 2 clarities. And,
I assume he's going to be cliff jungling? And then stack both camps?
Seems so.
Yeah.
That's a very good move by Universe. That's the best you can do against this kind of lane.
Yeah.
Misery with boots first. No smoke. Is there a smoke on the Chen?
The pull is not blocked though, so I assume Misery is just gonna pull right away.
Yeah.
And then it's Clockwork will still get level 2, but I'm not sure if how much he's gonna get after that.
Oh, Bone7 takes a lot of damage from the initial disruption.
Yeah, this is a no lane for Bone7. If AG will play this top lane correctly and not push the lane, the Phoenix won't even get a single level anymore.
So, who do you think has the worst matchup, Bone7 or Universe?
Actually, Bone7 does.
Definitely build 7. Clockwork, I mean, you can still play quite safely because
Yeah, and you can do the creep block thing, which Universe is doing.
yeah.
I mean, the last flicks. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there goes a self. Yeah.
There's a mango on the gyrocopter. That's interesting.
6.84B, starting it nerf. So it looks like Sumail will go through a no edict
You
build.
see, Bone7 is like trying to do something. He's not sure yet what he can do. Klings is one of the strongest save laners you can play against.
He has one more lightning coming out. Fada has to be a little bit scared here.
He's got his ball now though. He should be
Yeah.
okay. No, but
Sacking shits.
as you said, Bone7 doesn't have a role in this game at all. I
Yeah.
mean, he can't go top at all. So, I mean, PPDs can do these things, and there's nothing to stop them because Chen's farming jungle.
That's really nice from PPD. Predicted Bone7 what he wants to do. And he took his rune too. He's making Bone7 completely useless at this point.
And also getting a lot of information for Aoi so he can jungle safely. Looks like it will take him quite a long time to get level 2. He did miss his clarity, but
He has a
more
lot
stats.
of stacks though.
Yeah, it's very typical for Aoi. He's a very efficient player.
Misery with the haste. I think the bottle did get transferred, but it's going to hurt old Sumail in the mid lane.
Also a very good play by Misery.
I think he got that play because he actually dewarded Universe's ward on bottom. It was
Oh yeah, he did.
by the pole camp to the right,
Yeah.
and I saw he had a sentry. It was like below that ward somewhere. So he actually got the ward, and with that ward gone, there's no vision of the Rubik. So
Yeah.
picks up the haste, gets a Koryu kill.
No, Rubik and Chen, they have a lot of freedom to do any moves they want to. And now they decide to farm up the Chen.
Yeah, so Mile has to be aware that he
see-
doesn't see Chen and Rubik on the map now, so he's gonna have to play safer in mid.
Yeah. We see Big Daddy's doing the same thing as always, stacking a lot of camps.
Yeah.
He's just waiting for the Wildkin.
Who do you think is getting the better trade-off in this early game with pretty much Bone7 getting nothing, but at the same time both of C9 supports are, I think, doing much better than EG's. I guess PPD is getting a lot of information for them, but
It's super even. Just AG has a little bit of edge because the Clockwork is actually getting something compared to the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Very aggressive play by Envy. And he's not skilling the rocket. I saw a lot of gyros prefer to not get rocket, especially after the nerf. But personally, I think you shouldn't skip on the rocket, no matter what.
yeah, I mean, one of it is just way too good. I mean, it gives vision too. It
Yeah.
tells you exactly where they're going to go. and
Especially if you have a mango.
probably would have gotten a kill, but
Possibly, yeah.
yeah.
We'll never know. Anyway, I think, as you said before, with how even this game is, I think a lot of it comes down to the rotations of C9 support when they decide to go and start doing stuff. Because Carlos is going to chill in the jungle, and PPD is just going to chill between top and mid.
Yeah, Sumail is opting to go for base. What is the level of the Panda? He's 5.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the 6 on Panda, and then they want to do a move right away, because you always want to use the split cooldown as soon as possible. And with Chen, you have a lot of possibilities. Like you can force a fight on the tower, something like that. Can we look at the Chen?
Yeah,
what he's
he
doing?
picked up a smoke, but I don't know who's picked it up.
I see Bone7 farming with the Chen. Did they kill the stack? I don't think they killed it yet.
No.
Going for one more. That's huge for C9. He's just waiting for that Wildkin creep. It's just not coming up.
They can probably do it with those two creeps. I don't know if they have
And,
enough mana on them.
These dark trolls.
This is quite annoying for No Tail actually.
Yeah,
because
this is very sad for him. Like he could have had the Wildkin already like 1 minute ago or 2 minutes ago. He would already be level 5 and do some moves with Misery. But that's Dota 2 for you.
Dota 2.
So now he's going to the troll camp and saying, guys, This game sucks.
It's another
Can't change
ward.
shit.
It's another D-warded ward in mid.
Let's be a bit careful.
If he lands the stun, he might die.
Yeah, EG with the severe lack of vision, their top ward's about to run out. They didn't have eyes on bottom. Their mid ward got dewarded.
It seems like Aoi also started farming his deck at this point. And it's pretty sad for the Chen. If you look, Aoi's level 6
Wow.
already. He's just having a very beautiful game, very smooth game. While Chen is still struggling to find the Wildkin creep.
Do you think Chen and Rubik should just smoke and try and put some pressure somewhere, make PVD guess a little bit, make Aoi...
I mean, they have it on their minds. They're just really waiting for this Wildkin creep, like for 2-3 minutes already. And then, like, if you're set on one idea, you want to pull through. Because if you create too much chaos in your ideas, the game will be just like very hard to play for your team.
I mean, they very well might not get another one, though.
They already decided to just let's try something, but you see how inefficient it is compared to just having a tornado there. They're actually struggling to kill this camp.
Yeah.
Like, this is not going good for C9 at all. They might just move the Panda there to help them out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. RNG not very good to C9 this early game. How many Ancient Stacks do they have up, if any? Just one?
The ancient stacks are not that important, like, at least for now. The Chen stacks, they are the most important factor for C9. Chen was the first pick, that means they value this hero the most in their lineup. But this hero just cannot shine right now.
Well, at least bo3 picked up some decent levels off
Yeah.
that stack. He's now level 4.
Don't you think they could have like smoked around and killed Universe on bottom and put some more pressure on that tower?
Oh, they could have done that, but generally the way you want to play Chen is you want to farm up quickly and get this mech as soon as possible, and level 5, level 6 too. That's the most efficient play. Just killing one clockwork doesn't really change the game. It gives you 300 gold for the first blood and some AoE gold for your teammates, but there's nothing more to that compared to just farming up with Chen. And Gyro's free farming anyway, like it's not like he's struggling against the clockwork. So you always have to make trades in Dota. Killing is not always the best option.
True, true. Well, how's old PPD doing? Looks like he's really struggling in net worth territory, always trying to look for where
He's
Chen...
getting good levels though.
Yeah, I am surprised he's level 4.5.
See, EG is doing the first move. This is going very good for EG.
Yeah, they rotated Klink's bottom, and they also had the smoke with the SD and the hasted left shark.
That's a very good play.
I mean,
C9 seems to know something's up.
I mean, Universe is playing like on the opposite side of the creeps. They have to know
Yeah.
that something's going on.
Yeah. I think the idea of moving 5 heroes or 4 heroes, it's a good idea, because you need to do that.
That's a huge call.
Oh, Ice Call Down comes out. Sumail hits a Split Earth. Fado with the Brewmaster Split throws a rock at Sumail, but there's not really too much follow-up. Fear is plinking away at him. bo3 comes in from the left side.
He'll get him with the next Respirate Sun.
Yeah, he still has a regen in his bottle, but I don't think he's going to make it out alive. Magic Stick popped. Sumail, oh,
Yeah.
Phoenix ticks it down. And at the end of the day, only one person has died. Oh my goodness, wow.
He just bought the bling in the side shop, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, it's your boy Father right
That's
there.
Vader, guys. One of the best mid players in the world.
That was pretty slick, I must say.
I mean, that went really well for AG still, even when if they wouldn't have lost the Leshrac, it would have been just amazing for them. But you saw why you would need the rocket missile on Gyrokov there, because I think they would have just gotten the kill on the Leshrac no matter what, with one rocket missile on him.
Yep.
Oh, he's
Fear?
gonna get the courier too.
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
This game is just going in EG's way.
I mean, the Chen pretty much has like had very minimal impact in this game. He's
Yeah.
forced to chill at his T1, gets ganked, died, and now they can't really put out any pressure. Everyone's huddling around the T1s trying to scrounge up some levels.
And if you see EG's how they place the heroes, they move their position 1 hero, Klinks, to just enemy woods, and now they want to keep applying pressure there. They know Split is down, so they're not afraid of any big fights coming up for now.
And they also have, like, in the meantime, even through that rotation to bottom, Kotl was just farming woods. So I assume Kotl is super rich. Yeah, he's almost got his Aghanims.
Oh, he's rushing Aghanis. You don't see that often.
Man, he is actually ridiculously farmed.
Yeah.
And this is one of EG's strengths. They're very good at enabling the players at what they're good at, and always good at farming creeps. So he's gonna have very early. This is the fastest Aghanims on a support Caudle.
Oh, see a smoke come out from Big Daddy No Tail, Fada, as well as EE. They do have decent
He's
vision.
gonna go for it.
He's fishing for the hook.
Oh, there's a ward though.
Universe gets lifted up. Rocket Barrage, and it looks like he will pair to the Chen creeps. bo3 comes into the right side and will slay PPD. Fear will make it out in time. And C9 retaliate with a quick 2-0.
There was a very good jump by Fader. He jumped 2 heroes, Clinks and the Shadow Demon.
Oh,
He's
it
going
might-
for even more.
Does Lushak have a TP? He does. Ah, I'm sorry.
So Fader did on bottom lane. He zoned out the Clinks and the Shadow Demon. So the Clockwork was an easy kill, and they even got the Shadow Demon right away. It was
So
very
do you,
good coordination.
do you think there's any hope for C9 to get map control once Caudle starts joining the fight and gets his Ags?
I mean, the game is still very open, in my opinion. They really have to play around their ultimates. That is the splits and the Phoenix Egg.
I mean, won't EG just pick and choose fights though, with Rocket scouting, with Universe scouting, with Clink scouting, with Caudle scouting, and then just...
I mean, once C9 will hit their tier 1 towers at least, EG will have to respond in some way or the other. It's either going to be by split pushing or taking the fight. But I think EG is very comfortable taking any fights right now. And they do have the Aghanims. It's a 12-minute Aghanims on Caudle.
It's a very different build coming out from Clink's, the anti-Chen build.
No, I think that's their idea with the Clinks anyway, just anti-Chen. Because I assume he's going to go for Helmet Dominator, and then he has the Death Pact, and he's just going to remove 2 creeps off Chen instantly. And when Chen is this gimped already, it's quite hard for him to deal with his Clinks.
He can get a Midas, just slay all 3 of them on the spot.
That could work.
I mean, C9 understands that this Caudle is Aghanims, and it's just putting a lot of pressure on them now. Because they just see this support Caudle as the most net worth in the game, actually.
Well,
I don't know if we can call it support.
Sumail leads in with a lightning on EE. From behind, Clinks with a DD will quickly finish off the Gyrocopter. bo3, he is level 6, hasn't yet used his egg, will get a TP out. Sumail with a blind stun will narrowly miss, and looks like this should probably be a free tower for EG.
AG keeps taking over their jungle. Like Fear's playing very nicely. He just keeps camping the jungle and he doesn't give an opening to Chen. Gyro seems stuck there too.
Yeah, Gyro hasn't really been able to do that much in this game.
He's limiting himself by going bottom lane. They already have to like do something else.
Well, Fear gets dusted up. Rock will come out. Sumail tries to save him with a stun, but
He's gonna get the tornado.
That's very nice. He gets the Earthsprit stun off. I assume there's going to be a dead Lushak as well.
That's what C9 needs to do. They just need to play around the split. Every time they can take this kind of fight, they can just roll back into the game.
I mean, the way of stopping split is just really hard for EG. They pretty much have to get, what, like a instant disrupt on him into a Lesh stun? That's like almost impossible.
Yeah.
Lesh Rex getting, what, a Bloodstone? Clinks.
There's also the Chen heal and the mech.
Yeah, I don't really see them being able to stop the Brewmaster in the team fights. I'm surprised they made their first move with the Caudle Ags like right at 12:30, which is 30 seconds after nighttime hits.
Yeah.
I mean, EG's constant thought or strategy throughout this game has been to evade the enemy jungle, so Caudle was forced to move down since all his teammates were down there.
And then also they took the fight on nighttime.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a sloppy decision. Oh, he might get the deny. Very patient with his illusions.
Fada gets stunned up and will pay for getting that tower last
You
hit.
can see in his stash, he didn't lose a single gold there. Like he bought all his items, got the tower for his team.
Fear playing around a Sentry Ward, Cloud9 pretending that they don't know. Misery will lift him up into a Centaur. It will get stunned up. Still around half HP. Test of Fate comes out. Gets defensively disrupted. There is the egg, though. Sumail will miss a stun on Big Daddy No Tail. Universe coming from behind with the Clockwork hookshot. Misery locked into the cogs, almost certain to perish. And at the end of the day, looks like Big Daddy's gonna die as well. Oh my goodness. No brew split is...
Yeah, and this is just what C9 has to avoid.
Yeah.
Because at this point they should realize that EG just wants to invade their jungle.
Yeah.
Like no one is on the top side of the map. It's completely
He
open.
has been doing this for 8 minutes now, sitting in their jungle. On top of that, they don't have the Brewmaster.
Yeah.
And they really have to understand that they cannot take a fight without the Brewmaster split. I mean, it's very like tempting to go for the clinks you just see there on the side, and you want to grab a quick kill, but EG is there anyway. They're nowhere on the map. No one has been on top lane of EG for a very long time already.
Yeah, it's a little bit tankier than most Clinks too. That extra armor, I thought he would die to that burst.
I think if you look at Klink's item build, I think he's rather tanky.
Yeah.
He's the Helm of Dominator, that's 5 armor plus the life leech
And a
strength
kilo.
crits. Yeah.
He's not gonna get it.
And this is fierce gameplay. Like, he's doing the correct thing in my opinion. He just chills in the jungle. He wants to ruin Chen's game, and this is one way of them getting a lot of map control, because they constantly know what C9 is doing. If they're not in the jungle, it means that they have to be top.
Oh, Cloud9 now trying to push during daytime. Brewmaster ultimate is up.
Oh, EG
Phoenix
wants to
egg.
take this fight.
Yeah, I mean, they do have split up, but they're not in position.
They do not have egg up though, I think.
Hope shot comes in. Fada trying to get his split off. Will die in the end. Phoenix goes in, but no egg. EE, no BKB. He just has a lot of strength, and he's also gonna die. And C9 running towards the wind. Everyone is just.
I mean, at this point,
is
like
brutal.
you can't fight this coddle at this point. Like the cooldown is completely ignored because the coddle wave just heals everyone up.
Yeah.
He almost has a mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's daytime for EG. The coddle wave works. They actually killed the panda before he got the split off.
Yeah.
He was a bit too far up. I think he didn't expect EG to react that quickly. There was very quick movement by EG.
Yeah.
Because he has a blink dagger, so he can just stay in the back lane and you just let the gyro be in front.
I mean, this coddle guy just allows you to react quickly though, because you don't need to TP. You can just get recalled, and then you're instantly in position.
Yeah. That's true. They are able to respond a lot quicker. Maybe not being able to realize the potency. I mean, even like a Shocker recall too. You get two people there really quickly. Well, looks like Bo3 trying to switch game plans now. Go for a Midas and try and take it late. I guess that's C9's plan at this moment.
C9 has reorganized themselves. I think they do not have any Chen creeps on the map right now. But they're trying for a smoke.
Smoking coming out. Sumail will get dusted up. Does have a Yules that will save him for just a brief second. I mean, now that they have Yules, they have, I guess, something else versus the Brewmaster. So I thought he was going Soul Booster.
Yules is a very decent pickup. They can combine their spells into Yules. It's very good defensively too.
Cloud9 trying to make a move for the upper tower again, and with Sumail down, looks like EG are not interested in defending that. So they finally get something for their efforts, but
Yeah, at this point, C9 understood that they cannot play on the bottom lane at all. They have to play on, like, you have to mirror your opponents, and this is what they've been doing. They're a little bit too late, but still it's giving them an opening in the game to come back.
Unfortunately for Brewmaster though, he was on top of the network chart a couple of minutes ago, but then he had the two deaths, the one in mid at the tower, and then the one where he just died top, so his farm is kind of lacking. And
Yeah.
I feel like Brewmaster has to be one of these heroes that just needs to get a BKB lots this game. Just
Yeah.
jump in and create chaos.
looks like Klinks is also going for MKB. Just want to. They know they kill Brew. The fight is pretty much over. So
Yeah.
I mean, he does need a BKB for sure. I mean, maybe he
At
can
this
take.
point, EG is probably looking for Roshan. Like they know that they have a lot of map control. Like there's no business for C9 left at the top lane. They got the tower.
Yeah.
They're controlling bottom lane too.
Oh,
So
one,
understands that though.
one more smoke comes out. EG has a very good ward place though. I mean, they have two wards and they have Cuddle Vision.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're not very vulnerable at this
They're
point.
very confident.
Universe will die. EE moves in to join the fight.
Is under attack.
Yeah, this is not what EG wanted. But Universe overstepped a little bit. All you needed to do was stay a little bit back because they do have the Caudal. I mean, there's no way for C9 to easily go into them.
Now C9 trek into the Roshan pit. but
There's no way they can do it against Coddle. It just
Yeah.
won't work.
Like at most they can delay it, but there was a very good chance for EG to actually take the Roshan.
Yeah.
But now they're already looking for the fight now. Or a catch-off at least.
Yeah, they're gonna recall Clockwork in 3 seconds.
Yeah.
what about Gyro's build? Do you think Sage first is right? Should he have gone BKB like you think the Brew should have?
Oh well, he
HFG?
just wants to get this. Like if you get BKB first and you blow your charges, like he knows that he's not gonna win the fights even with the BKB. There you go.
Fear tries to kill EE, but too much damage coming out. Fada comes in. PPD tries to defensively disrupt it. Fear looks like he will pay for his sins.
I feel like that's quite unnecessary play from Fear.
Yeah.
There's no point in going for these kills.
Yeah, all EG has to do is stay with the heroes together at this point. Like what we've seen in this patch games and very early, when the teams understand that they should stay together. There's no point for solo plays.
Well, Sumail does force out an egg with a nice Yule Split Earth into Illuminate combo.
Like EG went with the Klings and the Shadow Demon. That's two heroes very far in C9's lane, and C9 is obviously gonna be with 4 or 5 heroes at least. They have nothing else to do in the game.
So pretty much you think EG had the perfect start in the first 12 minutes, and then as soon as they caught Ags, they could have run away with the game, but they made a couple of mistakes that
it's like
set them back.
They actually played very well up to the. They're still playing pretty good. Like the clock didn't need to give away the Roshan like that, and the go on the gyro was just over eager. They should just relax. Sometimes you gotta relax. This is the bane of every pro team, that they do not chill enough. You gotta stay patient. Dota's a strategy game. Just stay patient and do the correct decisions. There's no gain on going a gyrocopter with the Klings and Shadow Demon. They're two heroes, and you don't see C9 on the map. They gotta be somewhere.
So take it easy, wait for a better opportunity to Roche.
Yeah, like EG's in a winning position anyway, and they know that too.
Wait for daytime.
So when you're in a winning position, there's even more reason to not take any risks.
Yeah.
C9 has pretty good vision up on the map. One in mid, but no eyes around the Roche pit. They've actually used all 4 of their obs.
I think at this point, contesting Roach without a smoke is quite difficult. I mean, they don't have the egg either.
Yeah.
No, I don't think CNN is looking for the fight.
I mean, Klink is soloing Roche at this point.
Yeah.
Tower is under attack.
No death pack might be much more difficult now.
It's gonna slow it down. PPD is there to help.
Yep, that has popped the strafe, and C9 nowhere in sight.
I'm wondering if Stickling actually going for MKB. He might be just going for crit. I think that's the better choice. Like the butterfly is so far away for gyrocopter. Nope, he's going MKB. Just
Well,
to be
it's
sure.
better versus Brew.
No, that's true. That's very true.
Top tower is under attack.
Well,
CNN has a good response to the Roshan though. I mean, they understood that he's just circling around the Roche pit and just trying to secure that area. So they go for the top lane and secure that tower instead. Which is, I mean, as you said before, you need to make trades.
Yeah, like the top lane is the best way to play for C9. Definitely. Like EG is still sitting in the jungle. They're just mirroring the C9 for the whole game at this point.
Phoenix with Ghost Scepter pickup, almost certainly versus the Clinks, but I mean, they still have a lot of magic damage on their side too. I guess they have no field for that. Well, another smoke comes out. Looks like they might run into Fear.
Oh, they got him.
For the rocket flare.
Well, he does have the Aegis. Egg comes out. Universe trapped in with Fada. Universe looks like he's going to die. And our defensive disrupt comes out. Fear respawns, but with no death pact. And it looks like another big team fight going into favor of C9 with all their ultimates up with another smoke, and Fear gets lifted back in. Fada's Brew Split is down. Look like they don't have no more detection for Fear. He will just run away. And EE dies on the right side. Fada looks like his blink is going to be disabled by another stun coming out. Oh, no, it does miss. I guess PPD was probably out of mana for poison there, but looks like they were going to get Fear there in the end twice, but a lack of detection. Wow.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. But I think at that point where Fear already was not revealed anymore, I think CNN stood around for too long.
Yeah.
Because I think as soon as the split ends, they're just going to lose the fight.
Yeah, they just overextend.
They could have just killed Fear. I mean, he has like how much HP without his death pact? I mean, he has like maybe 1,000. They chased Universe to the right side a little bit, and that was.
It's pretty hard to keep focus in these kind of fights. It's just way too chaotic. I mean, you saw PPD did a shadow poison the disruption. It's because he was probably talking. Like he needs to tell his focus on all these things. There was a pretty good initiation though for C9 because Rubik pulled in the Klings into the power cogs. Then they had them stuck there.
Well, now with a Glimmer Cape on Keeper of Light, it's going to be much more difficult to burst Fear down. Probably doesn't even need a BKB this game. Well, Misery has stolen.
This Coddle is going for Octarine Core, it seems.
Oh,
He's going insane.
I mean, the top 3 net worth on EG is just kind of ridiculous compared to what C9 has right now.
Skull is enjoying himself so much right now.
Misery goes in for a lift, but there's no follow-up. He will get stunned up after the Yules, but no detection up the hill. Still, Skeleton Walk in his arsenal. EG trying to make a high ground push. It is daytime, no Aegis. Ults are cooling off for Cloud9. Both of them will be up, the Egg and the Brew splits.
I would like to see EG pick up a gem for this Coddle.
Yeah.
At this point, there's like really no reason not to like abuse the Coddle axe and just gain superior map vision.
If this Coddle has gem, then C9 will play on blind map all game.
Yeah,
But C9 actually, they do have a gem.
they have a gem.
Looks like they will find PBD, his team closely in tow. And we'll force step him away. Defensive disrupt. We see a couple team members come out, and looks like C9 are a little bit scared. Everyone gets recalled in. See Universe come in from the backside with a nice cogs. Oh my goodness, EE on the right side will die. Egg comes out in the middle. Fought up with the Brewmaster split. Looks like Big Daddy gonna die to Owie. And only 2 heroes down for C9, and looks like EG will clean up in the back lines. Gem, oh my goodness, Gem lost for Cloud9. That's about as bad as it gets for the fight. 4-0. Brewmaster the only one that lives, but not for long. And that is, I don't want to say the nail in the coffin, but I mean, they were really eager to go for a pick there. They go for the Shadow Demon, and like, Universe was in the bottom lane, so was in the top lane. They get recalled and they just take a fight there with all their ultimates up. And I mean,
at this point, it's just so difficult for C9 to fight the EG because in the duration of the primal split, they have to kill pretty much every single member of EG. Otherwise, no one's gonna die because Kala will heal them up. SD will have another disruption. There's gonna be power cogs. There's gonna be, Klinks is gonna be full health because he's death packed on the Shen Crepes and whatnot.
I mean, how do they kill anyone though? They have Glimmer Cape, they have Mech, they have Coddle Heal, they have, like, everyone built tanky. Like Clockwork also has a Glimmer Cape.
That just adds on to it. It's just
Keeper Light has
difficult.
2,000 HP.
Yeah.
Clinks has 2,300. Oh, call down. EE trying to save his base from the devastation that EG wants to wreak.
It's gonna get the knife. Yeah.
And Universe gets healed up to full because of that. Fear trying to go for a kill. MKB proc will finish EE off. Fought up with another blink in. Big Daddy gets trapped in a Cogs. Universe trying to beat him down. Fear will shoot some arrows, plink him away. Sumail goes for a stun on Bone7. Bone7 will also die. Another 4-0 for EG and a Rax to boot. Nighttime hits, but EG not scared to back off.
At this point, there's not much to do for C9. I gotta give it to EG though. It was a really cool lineup.
I was expecting a lot more pressure from the Chen and the Rubik. Like they traded a farm with a Coddle. Maybe they got a little bit unlucky with the Wildkin, but
actually that's like that was the biggest deal in the whole early game was this Wildkin thing going on. This Chen would have hit his timing so much earlier, and they would have started rotating with the Rubik. Instead, the Coddle actually he outleveled and outfarmed the Chen.
Well, there's gonna be a split, but nothing's gonna happen.
At this point, C9, I don't think they can kill any hero, actually. Like just too much defensive items at this point. Coddle Wave, Meg, Blinding Light, Disruption, Yules.
oh yeah, I forgot about Blinding Light too. They don't even have any.
The Blinding Light is a huge deal in every team fight.
They have no way to deal with it.
And the Gyro doesn't have... does Gyro have BKB? I'm not sure.
No. He went
So-
with SMY, which I guess it's okay, but
I mean, if he goes BKB first, it's just it's still useless for him.
yeah.
Like, there's no choices for him. He needs to... He needed to snowball with his team. There's the Octarine core. Look at these tasty cooldowns of his spells. And the wave is practically always up.
C9 realized they can't win.
Well, a fantastic draft coming out from EG. We doubted it a little bit at the start, but with a Coddle jungle completely interrupted. Owie was on top of network for like 15-20 minutes. Defensive cooldowns came out too much. Do you think that C9 made like any glaring errors in the game? Besides, of course, the Wildkin.
I would prefer the C9 lineup, to be honest. I think it's easier to play, it's more effective to play. Like EG's lineup is really, really hard to play. A lot of things just went their way. if you would have seen this Chen getting a Vulcan earlier, I think the game might have turned out different. They
Yeah.
could have snowballed with the Panda and all these things going on.
Yeah.
The